Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of my favorite podcast and your third favorite podcast. My name's Jake Rountree and you're listening to ROUN the TREE. So come on down for your love. My name's Jake Rountree, and I am the love doctor. The only things in life I really love are wooden cabinets, a warm glass of scotch, and, of course, bleach to get stains out of my white pillowcases. And I'd like to clarify something. I do currently live in two states, Washington and Oregon, for any confusion from last week's podcast. I hung out with Sacagawea, Lewis, and Clark last night, and we got wild. Before we dive into Round the Tree's topics, here's some advertisement. Ever been to Hilton Head Island, South Carolina? Well, now's your time. With Vacation Homes Hilton Head, you can buy or rent your dream home. Now's the chance to relax on vacation, enjoy the touristy things, and have a refreshing drink with me. Vacation Homes Hilton Head. That was my buddy Tyler Day's company on Hilton Head Island. He also owns a photography business. He's a man of many talents. So call Tyler if you need him. Today on Round the Tree, we got segments, as you can see in the title above, that we are going to talk about some interesting topics. First, we got Joe's Commute. That's right, Joseph Allen Laycock. Going to talk to us some travel tips and what it was like to move to a new city. Then we got segment for siblings. That's going to be Jared Rountree telling us stuff about me and him that maybe we didn't know before. We're going to be diving into some military action because we, on Round the Tree, do support all military. And then finally, on Round the Tree, we're going to be talking some NFL, college football, Michael's thoughts yet again, and we're going to break down all that latest trending stuff with Antonio Brown, Jalen Ramsey, and much more. So without further ado, let's go! All right, folks, first segment of the day is going to be segment for siblings. I got a real nice caller on my FaceTime right now under the name of Jared Rountree. How you doing, brother?
Good morning, Vietnam.
Good morning, Vietnam. Are you in Vietnam?
No, that is off of The Office.
Oh.
One of my favorite shows.
Okay. Well, Jared is my blood and my flesh, and of course my best friend. And today we're going to be talking about a couple different things. Well, Jared, I can't see you. Where'd you go?
I'm right here. Sorry about that. I have some knee trouble.
Sure. Okay, so Jared's sitting here on FaceTime. He's in his military uniform, U.S. Navy.
That's right.
Got to give you some for that, brother.
Hoo-yah, hoo-yah.
So, the fans kind of out there want to know, where did you start? How did you get into the Navy? Where did this all come from? Take us down the timeline.
This has humbled me. This has been a humbling experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm glad I did it. Did it for the family. Did it for some special people. I did it for myself. Just wanted to better. You gotta love other things before you can love yourself. Excuse me, I had that backwards. You gotta love yourself, but I put other people in front of me.
You are a humble man. You are a humble boy, and man, we couldn't be prouder of you. This is honestly a comedy show, not a tearjerker here, because you're really pulling on my emotions right now.
All right, carry on.
All right, so you were inspired by other people. Where'd you go to boot camp? How was that?
Well, let me throw this in there. I did this for my dad as well, for our pops, and Boot camp, that was held in Chicago, Illinois, Great Lakes. That was right on the water.
Hate that place.
I went during the winter, so I was there for Christmas, and the coldest it got was negative 57, and that was actually on my last night. But every day was zero and below.
That's awful. I was up there for 2 days, and it looked just awful.
Yeah.
So you did the boot camp, and it was terrible. How many push-ups do you think you did at one time at boot camp?
Well, we did something called a PRT, and when I got there, I wasn't prepared for what they had us do, but I ended up finishing. We had to do a certain amount of push-ups, sit-ups,
and
we had to run a mile and a half push-ups. I think I finished at 119 in 2 minutes.
Well, you are in absolutely incredible shape. Your body looks like a young Hercules mixed with like a giant dog.
You are something.
You're something else.
Oh, man.
Well, that's great, man. You really worked at it. 119 push-ups. I don't even think I could do 28.
No, I wasn't. I'm not gonna. When I got there, I wasn't even close to that. We work out every day, and you just got to push yourself. I see you in the gym all the time.
Me?
I see you in there running on the treadmill and doing all that good stuff. I'm proud of you.
So that was almost a year ago of boot camp for you. Let's fast forward. Then where'd you go?
Okay. Then I went down to Pensacola, Florida. That was the day I graduated. I flew out that night to Pensacola, and
not a lot of time with the family, huh?
No, I had 4 hours, maybe 5. Don't quite remember.
But boy, did we eat good.
We ate at a hamburger place, I believe, one of my favorites.
I think you ate 6 of them.
Maybe, I wouldn't throw it past me. Pensacola, I had a barracks room, had a lot of fun there, and it was great. That was probably one of the best times so far.
You got your cell phone back, so that probably made it a little easier to stay in contact.
Yeah, no cell phone for 2 months, no vape, nothing like that.
No vape. Jared, are you aware of the ban on vapes right now? Oh, here you go, smoking one right now.
Yeah, I use it for water to stay hydrated.
I see. Vaporizer makes sense.
Yeah, I've seen all that stuff, and
we don't have to get in. That's okay. Don't worry about that. We'll save that for another day. So, where are you now? That's what the people want to know.
I am in the great state, the great country of California. I am in San Diego. I'm about 15 minutes north of Tijuana, Mexico.
Ooh.
I haven't made a trip down there yet.
I'd be careful down there now. You can see Andrew. He lives in Mexico.
Yeah. Made a few trips already out to sea. I probably have a total of about 85 to 90 days at sea.
Wow.
Those are rough. That is rough.
You're in the bottom of the boat?
I'm at the bottom of the ship, so I'm 8 decks down.
Ooh, no sunlight.
I don't see sunlight. No sunlight.
Oh, man. Well, you don't look pale. You look tan, so.
That's because when I get back, I lay out every day I can and get some good vitamin D.
Do you put sunscreen on?
I don't. I raw dog it. I raw skin it. I am raw out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to stay.
Okay.
I'm willing to get a little burn, and then the burn usually turns tan in a couple days.
I got you. Well, that's great. San Diego. Do you live on the boat, or you live off the boat?
I don't. I have a barracks room. It's almost like a nice apartment, full kitchen, roommate. All that fun stuff. My roommate is a big gamer. He is on that Xbox hard, and I try to stay out of the room till bedtime.
So that actually brings me good point there. I noticed that you had kind of a thought process on adults playing video games. What's kind of your thought on that? Are you anti-video game?
I am prepared for the segment. Let me ask you a question. Do children read the newspaper?
Some children do.
Okay, generally go with this. Okay, do children read the newspaper? Do kids, like 5, 6, 7,
No,
8?
maybe the comic strip part of it, sure, but no, I guess you're right.
Okay, but they're not going to the gas station, putting 25 cents in the machine and buying a newspaper.
Correct.
I think
they don't have any money.
That's how it should be. I think the children should play their little video games till about 18, 19, maybe. But once you get your life started, you start moving forward. You go past that stage. Okay, I had a little binge gaming with Fortnite for about a year.
Some would call you addicted.
I would say I was, but I grew out of it. Had to move on, and you just don't do that no more.
Well, Jared, here's a little thing I have for your conspiracy on adults shouldn't be playing video games. There's video games that you have to be 17 years or older to buy.
Yeah, the makers of those are probably old nerds, like just old nerds.
So you're telling me Grand Theft Auto is a bunch of old nerds, probably?
I actually played Grand Theft Auto a couple days ago.
Oh, so your theory really doesn't make sense. Okay, well, I understand where you're coming from.
Real bored.
All right. Well, since this is called Segment for Siblings, I thought we'd talk a little bit about me and you. Huh?
Oh, carry on.
Carry on there, wayward son. So I sent you a list over via email. You should have gotten it and probably taken.
I think I reviewed it.
Did you review the document I sent?
I did.
Wonderful. So I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're just going to kind of tell me what you think. So when we were kids, me and you. So you're what, 22?
I'm 22, going on 23 in about 4 or 5 months.
Yes, you are getting old.
So 22, yes, 22.
And I'm 24, so we were 18 months apart. Just for any viewers that don't really know us, what is the most memorable fight we got into?
Oh, now I don't like to talk about this often. I haven't really told a lot of people. But probably when you broke my shoulder, if I have to go there.
I don't think you've ever told anybody that, the big brother,
Yeah, you handled, you put it on me. I think Dad was actually the referee on that. I think he actually influenced it.
He may have influenced it. He told me, Jake, you're the bigger brother. Do what you got to do. Toughen up,
and you
son.
did, and I still have a hurt shoulder. I mean, I'll never get past it. Never had surgery on it. Went to the doctor. The doctor says, yes, you broke this bone. We can do surgery. If you do surgery, it's going to put you out 6 months. My dad said, spit on it. You don't need surgery. So I am still hurting to this day.
Spit on it. Rub some dirt on it. That's funny.
I regret not getting surgery.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I'm sure we'll get you something. The Navy should take good care of you.
I don't think I messed with you ever again after that now.
Yeah, now I definitely would not mess with you. Jared weighs, what do you weigh now?
We don't have to get into it. I'm a little overweight for my height. I'm about 197.
With what, 1% body fat?
No, probably like 20.
20.
I don't know, maybe 10.
I hope my number's 20, but I doubt it is. Okay. Here, I remember a fight we got into. I think I chased you around the house with a knife, and I'm not proud of that one.
Oh boy, yeah. I'm glad I don't remember that. I don't.
I think I was a little upset. All right, we'll move on. So, now we'll change it. What about the funniest memory you have with me?
The funniest memory.
I know it was so hard.
We had so many. Probably, the one that's coming to mind is when we wanted to, build an underground trampoline, maybe. Started digging a hole for maybe 2-3 hours and then just said, no, we're not going to worry about this.
Not going to do it. We'll do it later.
Not going to do it. What do you think? What are you thinking?
Well, Bo, you were just funny, man. You're just a funny cat. There's just so many funny things I laugh at.
I can't remember. I know I can remember dying laughing with you.
There's some things I'd love to say on this podcast of how funny it was, but I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
Is this G-rated or PG-13?
We keep it PG-13 at the max.
Okay. Good. No, I haven't slipped up and said a curse word. I'm working on my cursing right now, trying not to curse.
That's great. That's terrific.
I don't want to be the cuss like a sailor.
Huh.
You know how they say that.
Yeah, because you're in the Navy.
No, I am a sailor.
All right. Have you ever stolen anything from me?
Maybe yeah, maybe I think
What?
so.
Yeah. You definitely have.
I'm thinking like probably all your clothes.
All of them.
Not all of them. I would wear them when I want and try to put them back, but I'd forget sometimes. And
You'd leave them in your car for like 3 weeks.
yeah. Maybe a couple quarters.
Quarters?
Wanted a hamburger or something.
You go to my penny jar?
Major.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd go all in there.
That's where all my quarters
take
went.
them to Harvey's and put them in the machine, and they give me dollar bills back.
What? No wonder all my coins went disappearing that one time.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I stole from you one time and I never told you?
Well, I guess I can hear now.
This is the confession tape, actually. I'm confessing. This is probably 15 years later. Or it might have been 10. I went to camp, and I took your PSP with me.
Yeah, I don't remember that. PSP. I remember, yeah. Okay. Well, I hate you for that. We're no longer friends.
We're no longer friends because, 15 years ago, you stole my PSP.
Yeah.
What about the dumbest decision we've ever made together? What comes to mind on that one?
I think we know that, when we ran away.
Did we talk about that earlier? Because that's exactly what I was thinking.
We didn't, but I knew that was kind of what you were leaning toward. Jake and I, we ran away, and we got influenced by this boy that's been locked up in prison now before, I believe. And
I believe his name's...
Yeah, we don't have to throw any names out there, but we ran away with a man, and
with a man.
And we, I think we never told our parents, and the cops were called, and we weren't thinking nothing of it. We were down the street in a pond. I was swimming in a pond.
And remember that Mexican came by and started talking to us?
Yeah, and then we almost didn't play our baseball game that night.
Why?
Well, Dad said he was very angry and just sad, started crying, thought he lost us, and
he probably thought we were kidnapped and raped.
Yeah, we influenced him to let us play our baseball game, and then after you broke my shoulder, I never played baseball again.
Really?
I couldn't throw a baseball anymore. I was a pitcher, and
I ruined your entire life. I guess you should hate me. I'm sorry.
It transformed a golf swing. It transformed a golf swing.
So we're gonna get to the golf in a second. Dumbest decision, definitely ran away, played with the kid in the pond. Have you noticed throughout the years when we lived together I guess you lived with me for 16 years and I was with you for 16 years. Do you remember the weirdest habit one of us had? I know your weirdest habit.
Yeah, I can't recall right now. Fill me in. Jeez.
Yeah, so yours, and I actually confirmed this with Mom today because she's really excited to hear this podcast. You still, to this day, Jared, you walk around the house and it'll be quiet.
Naked?
No, well, you do that too. You do walk around naked. But you'll walk around and you'll sing to the top of your lungs, like our names, like Brandy Rountree, Jacob Rountree.
I would always do that. You are right.
No, you did that last time you were home.
Yeah, I would just say your names and just, I love y'all so much.
Give us a little, I want to hear one.
I love my mother. I love my brother, Jacob, Brandy.
But you're like at the top of your lungs screaming that around the house.
Real loud. Yeah,
Sound like Uncle Ben right there.
Get into that.
All right.
Yeah.
So you can't remember a weird habit that I had?
Weird habits you had? Maybe poop with the door closed. I mean, who does that? Don't we always leave it open? I figured we just leave it open.
I grew up and I started shutting the door.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Do you still?
I shut the door sometimes. With my lady, though, I'll leave it open. We're pretty comfortable, so I'll leave that thing open.
Now your
but
lady.
If we're trying to be romantic, then I'll shut the door, or I'll leave the room.
You'll leave the room. Take some TP with you.
Yeah, take some TP. I think I know a weird habit I used to have. I don't think anyone knows this, but I'd actually, if I was in our house and I had to use the bathroom, I'd go in the woods to a certain spot I had picked out, and I'd use the bathroom there.
What?
Either one.
I mean, that's
a good bathroom.
How old were you?
Boy, I must have been 12, 13, something.
You just
Just go in the
prefer.
woods. I had a newspaper out there and a log, and
Oh, you were set up shop. Shop was set up.
I set up shop, and then I'd go right back in the house to a perfectly good bathroom.
Wow. Yeah, I never knew that about you, Jared. Never saw you really leave and go poop in the woods, but.
Yeah.
All right.
Or pee.
Two more.
Go ahead.
What's one movie that you think I would watch for the rest of my life? I know what movie you would pick.
Maybe Pineapple Express for you.
No, you love that movie.
I love it. For you, maybe Get Smart.
What? I've never watched these movies with you.
Scary Movie 2.
That was a good one.
With the guy with the 3 fingers.
Here, let me tell you why I know what movie you'd watch, Jared. Every night when you were in high school and you got Netflix in your room, you'd play The Green Mile every single night.
Every night. I did love The Green Mile. Oh, God.
But then it transitioned to Joe Dirt for a while.
Some Joe Dirt.
And then it transitioned to Masterminds.
Mastermind's real funny one.
You watched the same 3 movies for like 5 years.
I did. I don't know why. I would always cut that on, fall asleep to it. Yeah, Green Mile. Real sad one. Green Mile just, it was real sad.
Did that touch you? Like, did that, like, impact your life, do you think?
He's a real humble guy. He did not commit that murder. And I wish those officers would have really known that and let him free, but instead they had to execute the man.
Oh, but he really didn't do it.
He really didn't do it. I mean, it's a true story in my heart. It seems so true.
Oh, but it's not true.
Not true. That's why I always try to be kind to people and just be a kind.
Wow, that was really sweet, Jared. What about a favorite game we used to play together? Do you know that?
Favorite game? Are we talking video game?
No, any type of game. Any activity, I should say. Activity. We didn't really play.
Hide and seek, I guess.
Yeah, go over to Hayden Daly's, play hide and seek.
We played a lot of golf. Together. Good morning, Vietnam. I don't know.
Good morning, Vietnam. That's okay. I used to love jumping on the trampoline with you and shooting the basketball.
My brain's a little fuzzy.
That's all right. You live in California.
A lot of fuzziness out here.
So, last topic we're going to talk about today, and we'll let you go. We know you're busy. You are a superb golfer. Is that correct?
Not as good as I once. I'm not as good as I once was. No.
Who's that by?
No, I probably played. That is Chapman HUGE. I haven't played but maybe twice since I've been in California, and it really hurts me. But when I come home, I'm not going to throw the date out there, but I'm coming home soon. I'm going to play a lot of golf any chance I get.
Nice. Yes, we will keep the date private. But that's awesome.
Can't have Russians. Russians might be hacking this and know when I'm coming home.
Yes, the Russians. That's crazy. Jared's got F-18s above him right now.
But you yourself are a great golfer. I mean, Penny Branch was your home course, and you and D.O. Owens would go out there. I think I just saw y'all recently out there at Hilton Head Lakes, and felt like y'all are having a good time.
Yeah, he shot about a 75, and I think I shot 101, maybe 93. I'm just joking. I think I shot like a 92. Yeah, we're not going to talk about golf scores with me, Jared. This is about you.
Yeah, I used to play a lot in high school and posted a couple good scores, and then just kind of fell off the radar. I had one match I'll never forget. I beat Bryson Emmer by 1 stroke, but I was all lucky. He had a really bad day.
Really bad
day. Shot a 74, and I think I shot a 73.
I mean, he's on the tour now. He's on some type of tour.
He's on some Apex tour, I believe. He was on the web, and we wish the best for him. He's a great golfer.
We do wish the best for him, Jared. That's a great way to put it. Was there anything else you'd like to go over today on segments for siblings?
Yeah, I am so proud of you and what you're doing. It is fun to listen to. I listen to it every day, all your podcasts, and I show a lot of people. And
yeah, make sure they download, subscribe. That'd be great, but I appreciate it. But Jared, we're also proud of you back here in Ridgeland, South Carolina, the Hilton Head Bluffton area. Everybody misses you, man. We can't wait to see you.
I'll be home soon, and God bless you. Thank you for calling.
God bless America. Thank you, Jared Rountree, for coming out to the show today.
Good night. Vietnam.
Good night, Vietnam. And welcome back to Round the Tree. I'm with a really special guest right now, a birthday boy, Joey Laycock. Say hello.
Jake, how are you, sir?
How are you, sir? You are in bed. It is bedtime for you.
It is bedtime. Long day at work. Now it's time to rest.
We just had a birthday. Is that correct?
That's it. September 23rd.
You turned 38. Are you 38 now?
I'm not 38. I am 26.
Joe, don't fool us. We know you're 38. Okay?
Oh, man. I feel 38, but...
Well, you don't look 38. You're tan. Have you been tanning?
A little bit. You know, it's still hot down here in Birmingham.
Joe's nervous. Joe, let's just breathe together, all right? We're just going to breathe together. I can tell you're nervous.
Man.
That's okay. You're not a camera guy.
Not a camera guy.
It's nice being able to see you, Joe. It's just me and you talking. Don't you worry.
That's it, man.
That's it, buddy. Well, Joe's here. This is called Joe's Commute. This is Joe Laycock, born September 23rd, 1875. And, man, does he look good for his age.
Oh, Jay, well, I appreciate that, sir.
No problem, Joey. So why it's called Joe's Commute is because originally he was supposed to be driving while doing this. But you see, he's not an early riser, so he couldn't get up early enough to do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, had to go to work a little bit earlier today, so.
I see. So what are you doing now, Joe? Last time we all checked with you, you were living where?
So right now, I'm living in Birmingham, Alabama. I moved here November of last year, so going on a year now.
Okay, going on a year.
Going on a year, yeah. I work at Mountain Brook Club. So it's a country club down here in Birmingham.
Good old Joey working at a country club. Now, you used to work at Oldfield in Bluffton, South Carolina, right?
Yes, sir. I was there for about 5 years throughout my college days.
You were the gatekeeper? You, waved people in?
It's something like that. No, I was a server there, and then I grew within the company. Became a manager.
Did you have to serve Kent Woods lemonade?
Not Kent Woods, but I served Grady Woods.
Well, that's okay.
A few times, you know.
Okay.
So it's all in the family.
All in the family. And what's that in Oldfield? What are the people my dad works for? What's their name? That you would always see me there or him there?
That would be Mr. and Mrs. Mark Rognack.
Oh, Rognack. That's it, Rognack. Yep. And are you familiar with the Rognacks?
The who?
What is it, the Rognacks?
Mr. and Miss Rognack.
Is that not what I'm saying? I think I can help this whole Pan situation.
Oh, man.
Okay. Continue.
So, Mr. Rognack's a great man. He's an accountant. And he has one client.
Who is it?
And that's Dell Computers.
Oh. Well, that's all the client you would need, right?
You would think so, right? I mean, who else or what else more could you want?
That is true. So you worked at that club, and then you got this job in Alabama. You just got up. You lived there your whole life. You went to college there?
Yeah. Born and raised in Ridgeland. And then went to USCB. I got my degree there. And then I was started at Oldfield when I was a sophomore in college. And then I was there for about 5 years.
You worked your way up.
Well, worked my way up. Started as a server, ended up being a manager. And now I'm in Birmingham.
This is inspiration, people. This is inspiration. Joe, we needed this. This is motivation. Joe's Commute. So you picked up all your stuff. You were how old when you moved?
I was 25.
25. That's legal enough to rent a car and lose some insurance on your auto policy.
Yeah. Thank the Lord. I've had.
Thank the Lord.
Had some car accidents and speeding tickets, so I'm ready for this insurance to go down a little bit.
Joe is a potential first-round draft pick. Ooh, what a catch. Thank you, JD.
Of the Atlanta Braves.
Of the Atlanta Braves, but he's also car wreck survivor. He got in a pretty bad car accident with an 18-wheeler.
Yeah, I was unfortunate. Just bought a Cadillac.
How long did you have that caddy for?
How long did I have it for?
Before it was totaled by an 18-wheeler.
I had it for 3 weeks.
Oh.
I
That is such a bummer.
Yet.
No.
Didn't even make a payment on it yet, and I wrecked it. Unfortunately, I got in a really bad car accident. Car was totaled.
Was it your fault?
It was not my fault. It was the 18-wheeler's
Well, there
fault.
You go. Insurance covered it for Joseph then.
Insurance
so you picked up
covered it.
all your stuff and you moved. How did you do that? Did your mom help you out? Who helped you out?
I mean, no. One of my good friends, Evan Duncan.
Okay.
He made the trip down with me.
I know Evan. Oh, you know what, Joe? He told me about this story. You actually, Evan, if you're out there listening, Joe does owe you money. I'm Team Evan on this.
I do owe Evan some money.
How much do you think you owe Evan? Evan helped you for 3 days move, right?
No, just one.
1 day? Okay.
Just one.
1 day.
I drove the U-Haul truck down, and he drove my car down. We unloaded it, and then the next day we came back to South Carolina.
Next day, but you know what? He has been asking for the money for quite some time.
He has, and I need to do a better job, but I need to go ahead and Venmo him the money.
Well, I'm pretty sure Round the Tree just Venmo'd you $26 for your birthday. That
Well,
was
actually, it's 27. 27.
They Venmo'd you 27? Stacy, what did I tell you? 26. We do not throw dollars around here. Women, Joe.
Well, you see, everybody else is Venmo me 26, so you wanted to be that good friend and Venmo me $1 more.
It wasn't me. It was Round the Tree. You see, it's a whole business aspect here. We have producers,
so,
writers, executives.
But you are the Rountree in Round the Tree.
That's correct. I am just the host and writer, producer, executive, media man. Enough about me. So Joe moved. You owe Evan money. When you first got to Alabama, how did work start? You were already the big dog. You just came in. You said, "Yo, I'm the manager."
Yeah, I mean, not quite the big dog, but I am one of the managers.
So, like, what was the transition for, like, these people that have been busting their behinds for, like, 2 months, to become a manager?
I mean, it was tough, honestly. Most of the people there are older than I am, and they have been there for 5-6 years. Who's
the oldest guy you got there?
The oldest guy that I have here
working
for me. His name is Eric. He's about 34.
Okay, well, who's the oldest guy that works at the whole place?
The oldest guy that works there, he's probably 68.
Okay, so you got some time, Joe. I mean, you can just sprout into a little plant.
Yeah, I mean,
right now you're a seed, and that's okay.
I probably won't spend the rest of my life there, but
why? I thought in Alabama you just joined a club, didn't you?
Yeah, I just joined a country club over here. It's called V Club. Super excited for all the opportunities they have to offer.
Are you on the baseball team over there as well? Did you join that baseball team?
I'm not, but I am on the softball team at Mountain Brook.
Of course you are.
We did win the title last year. So,
ooh.
Yeah, we came in hot, and we finished in third during the regular season.
Okay.
But we came in first in the championship.
Man, Joe, you inspire all of us to be you. You know what else kind of inspires us?
What's that?
Joe went out there and found himself his love of his life.
Oh man, she's fantastic.
What's her name?
Her name is Maggie Glover.
Maggie Glover. You hear that, everybody? She is off the market. That's Joe's woman.
She is my woman.
That's his.
Hopefully more than that pretty soon.
Oh yeah, you want to go ahead and share some inside details with Round the Tree?
I'd rather not. I'd rather keep that low key for right now.
Yeah, definitely. Let's keep it a little low key.
And we'll see where life takes us.
All I know is if I'm not invited, I will move to Mexico with Andrew Fowler.
Jake, you will 100% be in the wedding.
Oh yeah, Round the Tree, baby. Y'all hear that? I'm going on a wedding.
You're going to the wedding. Yes.
So let's kind of talk about what everybody wants to talk about, Joe.
What's that?
You transitioned, man. You were a beautiful woman,
big
plump woman, and you've transitioned into a man. Now you're a man.
Yes, I was a very large individual.
A woman.
No, not a woman. A man.
Oh, okay. I thought those were boobs you had, and I thought your butt was just really big. I thought you were a girl.
Yeah, they definitely weren't pecs or definitely boobs.
So how'd you do it? Let's talk about, I guess, 2015, 2016, you weighed how much?
295 pounds.
295. That's 5 pounds lighter than Jawa. Okay?
Jawa. Oh, man. Throwback right there.
Oh, yeah. So
I remember Jawa in Coach Holt's history class throwing paper balls at his head.
You threw paper balls at his head?
No, Jawa threw them at Coach Holt. So
that poor man.
Great guy, though. Great. Love Coach Holt.
Give me your average diet you would eat when you were a heavyweight. Like twice a week, what was your go-to meal?
So every day for lunch, I went to McDonald's on my way home, and I had 2 McDoubles, a large fry, a large sweet tea.
That sounds like regular Hayden Daily diet. What are you talking about?
And then for dinner, twice a week, I would order Papa John's. I would get a large pizza, a cookie, and I would drink a 2-liter Mountain Dew.
A 2-liter Mountain Dew by yourself?
By myself, twice a week.
Twice a week, 2 large pizzas, then go to McDonald's, lived off that, huh?
I was the first time living on my own. I didn't really want to cook, and I just splurged.
How much you weigh now, Joe?
Right now, I'm 210 pounds right now.
But what's your lowest weight so people can understand your transition?
Yeah, the lowest I got was about 185.
185. So now he's just building full mass to destroy Jared Rountree.
Jared Rountree.
Are you guys going to brawl? I'm
coming for you, Jared.
You hear that, Jared Rountree? He is coming for you. Round the Tree is going to have the live look at it on Facebook Live. So there's only one way to watch. I guess we'll find out.
I guess we'll find out. I know his parents and his brother that they miss him a lot.
Yep, they do. So you transitioned, you lost a lot of weight. We're really proud of you, Joe. Is on Joe's commute. Joe's would you consider yourself a huge travel guy?
Yeah. I mean, yes, I would say I'm a huge travel guy.
Where have you been in the last year? Let's break it down.
Last year, went to Key West, Florida.
Whoa. All right, let's go ahead and stop the train there. First off, who'd you go to Key West, Florida with?
I went with Michael Chapman and Jacob Rountree.
Oh, that's me. Yes, we did go to Key West together, viewers, and let me tell you, I've never been to a city. We were there 5 days?
We were there for 5 nights, 6 days, or 4 nights, 5 days, something like that.
I can't even remember. All I know is I got you on a parasail. So here, let me explain this, viewers, real quick. We
huge water guy.
Huge water guy won. Chapman's a huge water guy. Whole way going there, he was like, "Hey, I'm a huge water guy. We go out all the time in Bluffton, just Chapman stuff, just being Chapman." So we get out on the boat. Well, me and Joe are going. Parasailing? Is that what it's called? Parasailing?
Yeah, we're parasailing.
We went parasailing, and we were supposed to ride jet skis and go snorkeling. What did Chapman do the entire time?
Chapman was throwing up on the boat the whole time.
With a lot of 11-year-olds that were all seasick. So Chapman and 11-year-olds were all down the bottom of the boat.
Honestly, he was a huge buzzkill.
Whoa.
On that day, huge buzzkill. But not as much of a buzzkill as you were asking me for my W-2s that night.
So me and Joe were on a little competition that night, and apparently we wanted to see each other's W-2s. I think that was after the dirty pirate shot.
Yeah, Jake, can you go into detail of what that is?
No, my grandmother listens to this podcast, so I'll just keep it PG-13 rated. That's for mature content only.
Fair enough. I apologize.
That's okay. That is okay. But what I will say is, every night we all had our bad nights, and we had our great times. It was a lot of fun. So Key West, where else you go?
Key West, obviously to Birmingham.
Okay, you made a move. That would be a huge travel.
Move completely to Birmingham. Been to Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Wow.
Atlanta, Georgia. Went to a few Braves games. I'm actually headed down to Tuscaloosa this weekend.
Watch a Bama game?
For the Alabama Ole Miss game.
Ooh, they're gonna crush them.
Yeah, Ole Miss is not very good this year.
No, very good.
Of course, last year I went to Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, for your birthday.
For my 25th birthday.
With me.
With you.
I was so fortunate enough to have enough miles to get Joe to Indianapolis to celebrate his birthday because he didn't have any plans. And I said, well, come on up here. We'll have a great time.
Yeah, so flew to Indianapolis, we went to Greenville and Greer, South Carolina to see one of my good friends, Mr. Hunter Merrill.
See Merrill. He's a actually avid ROUN the TREE follower.
Yes, he texted me today and told me he is a huge fan of ROUN the TREE.
Awesome. We love to hear that. Joe, as a huge travel guy and Chapman a huge water guy, what advice do you have to give our viewers when traveling?
I mean, I have a few tips. One would be if you're traveling out of the country, or out of the state for that matter, let your bank know. Call them and tell them, hey, I'm headed to Portland, Oregon, where you're at now. Yeah. And just let them know and be like, hey, if you see any charges from Portland, Oregon, it's me because I'm traveling there.
Exactly. Call your bank. Tip number 1. What's tip number 2?
Tip number 2 is always carry cash on you.
I never do that.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what could happen in an airport or an ATM. Like machines could be down or whatever, but cash is king. So if you have cash, then
cash is king. We love that, Joe. Did you make that up?
I've heard it a few times.
Okay. Cash is king, number 2. Number 3, Joe.
Number 3 is always weigh your bag before going into the airport. I think the weight limit for a bag is 50 pounds. Mm-hmm. So if you're below that, then you're good to go. If you're over, you have to pay extra for that. For hold another bag.
You ever watch those shows where you can buy stuff right on TV, whatever they're called? Like they sell like bags and purses and things like that. I watched one a couple weeks ago. It was just on where you could buy a luggage set, and this luggage set had like Bluetooth locking to lock your bag so nobody can get in. And also, when you picked up the handle, it had a scale of the bag, so it told you how much it weighed when you picked it up.
Now that can come in handy.
That would come in handy.
Yeah, and my last tip for everybody is always carry a change of clothes in your carry-on.
Ooh, good call. Plane, you get sweaty.
You get sweaty on planes, or if your luggage gets lost, or if it can't come till the next day, at least you have a change of clothes to bring with you.
I always bring ham, a whole packet of ham on all my flights. Yeah, Spam, ham, bologna.
Funny you said. So what? Actually, another place that I've been to, I went to the Bahamas this summer.
That's right.
Before I was very fortunate enough to go before the hurricanes hit down there.
Wow, that was devastating. Hurricane Dorian, was that her name?
I think it was Dorian. Yeah,
she's awful. We should
terrible. But
if you ask JD Tootin, though, he does believe that the government can control that. So he believes the government destroyed the Bahamas, basically, in retrospect.
On the last week's podcast. Yeah. But we actually brought our own meat. We froze it.
You brought your own meat?
Because we couldn't get certain meats down there. We were in the Exumas. So they get like a shipment like once a week to their stores, and the meat that we wanted, they would not have it down there for us. So we brought our own. We froze it. Yeah, we froze it, put it in the cooler, and then
took it with you. Had your meats with you on the plane.
That's it. So hey, if we would gotten stranded for a night, we had food.
You just had no fire, just raw food.
I mean,
Joe, is there anything you'd love to tell the fans tonight as we're wrapping up the podcast?
Yeah, just I miss all my friends down there in South Carolina. Hope they're all doing well, and hope they can all come to Birmingham at some point and see how great the city is.
How great is our God? Sing with me, how great
is our God? And all will sing, how great. How great.
Oh, you're killing it. You're making me tear up. That was wonderful, Joe. Joe Laycock, 23, 38 years old.
Joey Lay, 23.
That's his Instagram. Follow him. Joey Lay, 23. He's 38 years old. He weighs 210 pounds of pure beef. Meat. Well, Joe, thanks so much for coming out of the podcast today. We hope you have an excellent night.
Jake, appreciate you, man. You have a good night.
Do you like yourself a nice can of dip? Well, instead of dipping Grizzly or Kodiak, get yourself Jake's Mint Pouches, the only alternative mint pouch on the market that is tobacco-free and nicotine-free, made straight from mint leaves, Bo. That's Jake's Mint Pouches. Yeehaw! And we are back. For our final segment of the day, we got Michael's Thoughts with Michael Chapman on the FaceTime right now. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great. You just got off work. You're heading back.
I am. I just got out of work. It was a really, really nice, warm, sticky, hot day over at Poseidon.
You guys hear that? And remember, Hilton Head Vacation Homes. All right, me and Michael Chapman are going to be talking to you guys about sports. Chapman, why don't you start us off? Take it away. This is your segment. Go ahead.
Okay, well, the most exciting thing I honestly saw all weekend, well, this past weekend, was the Georgia Notre Dame football game. I don't know if, majority of the people are huge college football fans, but Notre Dame is usually known for being extremely overrated. They're an independent school. They choose their own schedule every year. Mm-hmm. The only team that they play every year is USC Trojans, and they played the Georgia Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs had a blackout, the whole stadium, and it was absolutely ridiculously good game. Obviously, Georgia won.
Barely. But, I mean, that was a lot closer than people thought.
A lot. I thought it was gonna be like a 40-point blowout type thing, because Notre Dame is such an overrated team.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think I still don't really see them making the college football playoffs this year. I think honestly this year my top 4 picks for college football playoffs as of right now are going to be Clemson and Alabama, obviously, and then I think it's going to be Ohio State and Oklahoma.
Okay, I like that.
Oh yeah, and Oklahoma's quarterback Jalen Hurts, the transfer from Alabama, has not thrown one interception all year. He is 16-0 for touchdowns to interception ratio.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I wish the Carolina Gamecocks had that.
I know. I mean, the Tennessee Volunteers are complete garbage. We played Georgia next
Actually,
weekend.
I'm glad you brought up Tennessee, because there's one thing I want to tell you about Tennessee. Jeremy Pruitt, your head coach, Tennessee's head coach, said this, Chapman. Our football team is 100 times better than it was last year. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel depressed because last year we were way better. We had more wins this time last year, and right now we only have one win against Chattanooga State.
But that wasn't the end of it. And then he says, our guys are working hard. We are stronger and more physical. So he thinks your team is better than last year. 100 times better is what he said.
Yeah, well, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. We lost to fucking Georgia State. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's awful. But you know what? I don't mind it because really we have the same record as the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Whoa, all right. We don't have to bring that into that play.
They can't say anything to me at all whatsoever about this.
You know what? You said your picks. I tell you, my SEC champs, I think Alabama's going to take it. ACC, of course, Clemson. Natty champs, I mean, I think LSU might be on the radar with Joe Burrow back there throwing that pigskin, because he's not a bad QB.
6 touchdowns.
Big on touchdowns.
6 touchdowns. Oh, yeah. Against Vanderbilt. That's another SEC school, but Vanderbilt's also 0-3 or something like that. They're doing awful this year as well.
It's a team game, baby.
Dabo Swinney, the Clemson head coach, came out on a presser 2 days ago saying that he already has the national championship parade date selected for the local township of Clemson.
Real wow, he is
Because
confident.
He's just beyond confident. He got a lot of backlash from the media because of that, but I don't really blame the media because I mean it's a lot of people forget these guys are kids, bro. These college football players are still
I mean,
kids.
Trevor
Anyone
Lawrence
can
is a
make
sophomore, and
mistake.
he's an absolute beast. So
Sunshine for sure, but he's also thrown 5 interceptions this year and only 7 touchdowns. I mean,
he's still a hell of a quarterback. So I don't think we got to really worry about Trevor Lawrence. Speaking of quarterbacks, Tua on Alabama. There was a big rumor this past week that he almost transferred to USC Trojans. Did you hear about that?
I got the notification for it from Bleacher Report. I wouldn't doubt it because there was still like that huge controversy between him and Jalen Hurts. I mean, obviously, Tua was the man to win the starting position. He won the national championship for them 2 years ago whenever they played the Georgia Bulldogs, and Jalen Hurts was the odd man out.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know if you heard like the reason that they kind of said why he didn't do it, or why he wanted to do it. He really wanted to do it for his family, just to move closer, I guess, to home. Make it easier for his family to come to the game. So I thought, there was a good reason before.
I had no idea it was because of family. That's crazy.
Yeah, so he almost transferred just for the family. At least that's what I saw on ESPN. So, I mean, that was a big thing. But, Heisman, will he be the Heisman winner?
I have no idea. Honestly, my favorite Heisman Trophy winner, in my opinion, is going to be Jalen Hurts out of Oklahoma also. He totally deserves it. He's been starting all 4 years of his career. He can run. He can throw. He's smart. He's dedicated. Lincoln Riley is just a quarterback creator. I think he's going to do really well in the NFL as well. I don't really see Trevor Lawrence really getting the Heisman.
I don't think he's going to win it this year. I have some picks. I got Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin, running back. I think that he's a good contender. I even think Joe Burrow is a good contender for the Heisman this year, or Jerry Jeudy from Alabama, the wide receiver.
Oh gosh, I didn't even think about Jerry Jeudy. I think he is going to be a top 3 pick in the NFL draft. I mean, NCAA football season's not even halfway through, and I'm already just super excited for the draft. Honestly, I want to see what your Miami Dolphins get. I want to see what my Tennessee Titans get. Oh yeah. I mean, y'all need Tua if anybody.
Man, we need a whole team. Speaking of the NFL, let's move on over to time on the NFL.
So Antonio Brown, he got dropped by the New England Patriots all because they don't know exactly what's going on with his legal issues. There's too much controversy and backlash about it, and so they don't necessarily need the guy. So they kindly dropped him.
He got one touchdown.
One touchdown and six caught passes. Yes, this entire year.
He's a diva. He's a psycho. Is he retiring?
Oh, he's got some mental issues for sure. But what my thing is I saw another thing. The one game he played and all the practices that he attended and everything, you still get paid for those as an NFL player. He has only played one NFL game this season and still got paid $158,000.
That's more than a lot of people, though, so he should just probably be thankful.
A lot of people, for sure, and he only played one game.
But I totally see where he's coming from. Obviously, he's a professional athlete. He's used to making millions and millions of dollars, so he probably wants his money, and that's why he's pretty pissed off at the NFL.
Oh, he's also pissed off at the accusations and all that stuff. Him and Eric Weddle got into it on Twitter today, actually, going back and forth about who's more relevant and all this and that. I mean, it's starting to be kind of humorous at this point.
Do you think he did it with the girls? Do you think the sexual harassment charges are true?
Personally, rape is no joke, no matter what anybody says. But I think it's very coincidental how all this comes out to him, or about him, whenever he just joins the New England Patriots. So I want to go ahead and say it's probably not true. Some lady wants money and the other lady doesn't want money. They just want to make it publicly known.
It's like the Michael Jackson thing when they dropped that documentary, same thing.
For sure. And
they just want to exploit them.
It's all for clout, bro. It's all for clout.
The clout, the colossal of clout.
For sure. And I mean, at this point, I don't even know if it's true. If it is true, that's absolutely awful. But like I said, I think it's just very coincidental how it all comes out whenever he joins a mega super team on the Patriots, and no one wants to see him on the Patriots at the moment. People who dislike Antonio Brown, and so it's just like I said,
Right.
it's very coincidental. In my
Okay.
opinion.
All right. I know that you were a big fan of Daniel Jones on the New York Giants. I know you had a little topic you want to talk. I mean, he played a heck of a game.
For sure, he got 39 fantasy points. Also, I tried to pick him up off waivers, and someone else got his ass.
Probably Jongy. Jongy's on it this year. I'm actually afraid John's going to win.
Scum. Absolute scum. But he ran for 2 touchdowns and threw 2 touchdowns with no Saquon Barkley to bail him out. And, you know, he has a lot of backing from Eli Manning. You know, got to love the Manning family, classy family. But I think they couldn't have picked a better time to put him in as the starting quarterback.
Eli's time was done. Daniel
100%,
Jones is
bro.
the face of the Giants now. And I do want to make an announcement. Any Saquon Barkley fans out there or fantasy players that have him, I feel for you, man. He was my first pick, first round. Last year I got Le'Veon Bell, so now I've been screwed 2 years in a row. That's my take.
Wayne Gallman is a great substitute if you're looking for a starting running back. He is the backup for Saquon Barkley.
Okay. I mean, I've made my changes, Chapman. I'm coming for you. Don't worry. Didn't I just beat you by like 40 last week?
You did beat me by 40 points. You you very rudely beat me in that game, and I was trying to kind of talk your way out of starting.
168 points was kind of a big deal there. All right, I got another one for you on the NFL side. How about Tony Romo? You know anything about Tony Romo lately? Because I mean, I can tell you, but have you heard anything?
Lately, no. I know he's still doing CBS broadcasting, and the guy can do play for play, and you can almost see the future with each play that's about to go on.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody knows thinks they know what Tony Romo's doing. Tony Romo has been trying to be on the PGA Tour for 3 years now. This is his 3rd tour appearance of 2019. He's getting better and better. He's playing of a 1.1 handicap index right now. So if he makes the cut, which means Sunday football, he's not going to be in the booth. So this is a little controversy they're having on what can Tony Romo do and when will they know, because you're not going to know if you make the cut until Saturday or Friday night, I guess.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even really think about that. I mean, I would way rather get paid to play golf than just sit down on TV. They're definitely going to pay your ass twice as much for sure. Well, I don't know. I mean, and he's also just he's known for the camera. I mean, Tony Romo is a very charismatic guy. But whenever you're not too old and you still got it and you athletically think you can still go out there and make some money, why not? I mean, hey,
why not? I totally feel you there. I mean, why not?
You can definitely do that broadcasting stuff way later on whenever you can't play golf anymore and your back's all thrown out.
Exactly. So that's a take on Tony Romo. What do you think about a trade with Jalen Ramsey on the Jaguars?
Well, me being a huge Tennessee fan and the fact that his family lives in Nashville, Tennessee, where the Tennessee Titans are located, he also said in a previous interview this year that the 2 teams he would love to play for in the future would be in Nashville or Las Vegas, where the Raiders will be soon placed at.
That's going to be awesome.
Oh my gosh, I would honestly love to see Jalen Ramsey on the Titans, but if I could see him anywhere, it'd most likely be the Raiders, because they would definitely pay him more than the Titans would. Titans are too small market.
If we could have a defensive player in our fantasy, I feel like you'd pick up Jalen Ramsey.
100%, dude. He's a savage. He wants to guard tight ends sometimes. He guards Travis Kelce whenever they played the Chiefs this year. First game of the season. I mean, not many corners really want to do that. Usually they let the linebacker or a really big, strong safety do it. But, I mean, if you're a cornerback and you're guarding a 270-pound, 260-pound tight end, I mean, you're not a scrub.
Yeah.
You're not.
No. Not a scrub.
I mean, dude is a savage. And he runs his mouth all the time. And I did see some stuff on I don't know if anyone is familiar with Colin Cowherd, his radio show. He was asking a question today if he is getting the same level of being a diva as Antonio Brown this season, because he lied about the flu Jalen Ramsey is lying about back problems, and now he's not playing this coming up Sunday's game because he's expecting a newborn baby.
Well, that's a good excuse. I mean, if you're having a kid, I mean, my grandpa wasn't even at my birth, so I know how the kids feel.
For sure, but his girlfriend is not even close to being in labor. Apparently, she's due in a whole another week. So I think it's honestly at this point just stalling again to see if the Jaguars can win without him.
Oh, I see. Your hypotenuse behind this. What a theory you have. Do you have any more NFL topics to talk about? That's all on my list today, besides injury reports and feeling bad for all the Saquon Barkley fans out there.
No, nothing really, other than the fact that Marcus Mariota needs to be on a college team because he absolutely sucks.
That poor Tennessee Titan fan, Chapman. I mean, I'm a Dolphins fan, so don't worry.
I'm waiting for college basketball for the Volunteers to just be something. I mean, I'm same with my Memphis Grizzlies with John Morant. Like, I'm absolutely just giving up on football this season as a Tennessee fan overall.
I'm giving up on all football because my bets never work out. But Chapman, thank you so much for coming out to the podcast tonight. Is there anything you'd like to tell the fans?
Go Titans, I guess. I mean, geez, I don't know.
Go Titans. This is Michael's Thoughts yet again, and I'm Jake Rountree on Round the Tree.
Now she's in me, always with me, tiny dancer in my hand. Count on my hand, he makes a stand in their auditorium, looking on. She sings the songs, the words she knows, June she hums.
Woo! I'm fired up. This podcast was so much fun talking to Jared and Joe and Chapman, and I can't wait to do more. We got every Friday, 6 p.m., Round the Tree. Don't forget, tell a friend, because we're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Google Play. So you can listen to Round the Tree at all times. We're doing giveaway, prizes, we got visuals. I even interviewed a homeless guy today. Life is good. So I'm Jake Rountree, and you listen to Round the Tree. Keep cool out there.